Hi everybody, so welcome to Marvin Mondays. We're carrying on. Am I filming this at the exact end of the last video I filmed? Yes, it's called productivity. But I wanted to talk about really quick, maybe hopefully not a long video, on goal setting inside Marvin and why. I mean, as always, I'm obsessed with it, okay? Like, let's just get this out of the way. I wish this was sponsored. It's not. But, and they don't even need to. Like, I'm going to keep talking about how great this software is. You guys don't even need to. Like, let's just dive in. So, I'm slowly moving my goals into, I have them in Notion right now in like a very complicated template, which is not working for me. Moving them over. But here's what the goals look like. And I think goals is like a thing you can turn on and off. I don't think it's just embedded naturally. But I just wanted to show you what it's like to set them up, how you can use them, if you don't have Marvin, you don't have the software, you haven't used it before, here's what it's like to track and achieve goals in Marvin, because this software is incredible. So, here are a few of the things I'm working on right now. As you can see, I'm making a brand new client and lead generation checklist and machine, tweaking my system. Always so fun, right? But as you can see in the progress, so I have it spanned out over like the whole year of really tweaking my system and all the things. So right now, and to-dos in there and milestones and all the things. So my expected progress so far should only be like 4%, right? That's what I have it set up as. But as you can see, I'm at 33%. So I'm not going to say that I'm officially crushing that one, but I'm officially crushed. But status active, how many days are left? Love that, especially for ones like this. My other ones, like my main YouTube channel, I got to finish the content calendars for the second quarter. I have 8 days left to knock that out. And as you can see, I'm just trailing behind the progress and expected. So, and then you can see the last activity too. So, which is great. So, like, as you're going, you can see, like, when was the last time I worked on this? And you could start to see, like, if you're falling behind, if you're missing it, if you're not working on it, like, oh, I haven't worked on this in 30 days. Like, oh, no, okay, better fix that. So, we'll go into one. So, when you go inside of one, this is what and I'm pretty sure, and I'll set one up just for fun to, I'll find one of my goals and put it up here just so you guys can see what it looks like. But you can view your commitment contract, which is how important is this goal, which I talked about in the, I think, like, original Amazing Marvin review that I talked about of as these things are in your tasks for the day, the reason you want to do them will pop up as you hover over the goal to remind you why they're important, which is incredible. I've never seen that in an app. Maybe other people have, you know what? But I know there's some out there that are very, very expensive and very cool that may have a whole bunch of features, but for ones that are in the, $12 a month ballpark range, I have never seen that. So, and then you can see what I've completed already, which is great, just to keep you up to date. A lot of apps kind of hide what you've done, which is fine, like, to make them just go away. But sometimes you're like, you want to feel like I've done some things. So this is what it looks like inside the goals. You can add more tasks. You can add a project inside your goal, which is great. You can add a habit inside of your goal, which, like my one for reading 40 books, reading daily is a habit for me, and I have that in there. And then you can add a tracker, which can be, like a certain amount of, like, I've read a set of 40 books, to start tracking it. And then also, I'm pretty sure, you can add a deadline, and then you can configure when Marvin prompts you to record it, so when to go in and update. I have something like this set up in my Notion, but does it remind me to set it up? And does it have such a comprehensive list altogether in here? No. So, and then you can add phases, which is really cool. I consider those like milestones, which I'm pretty sure is what they're meant to be like. So, April videos planned. if I want to fully flesh out Q2, which I just knew I needed to do this in my mind, but let's write it out together. So April and then May videos planned. I mean, I have it there, but let's just pretend that this is another one. So, hang on. There it is. What did I do? Where'd you go? There it is. Sorry. Probably my computer catching up. My computer's like 12 years old, guys. Let's be gentle. But so thank you. That is why I know Marvin has an app, but I just use the web version, and I have no problems using the web version, and I've not had any problems with the cute little app. It's just a little slow, but my phone also is old and slow. Never mind. As you can see, already open. So, I mean, it's updating for the day but I mean, this is not, I will do a whole, like, maybe app review later, but, yeah, I've not had a problem with the app so far. It's really big fan, but, okay, goals, me. So, as you can see, you can do phases, which is very exciting. You can toggle notes, you can add trackers, habits, projects, all within, like, each phase, too, which is very exciting. All kinds of things, toggle, snooze, all the things, trash. I don't think you can move it above the other one. So make sure you kind of get them in order as you go through them. I think you cannot change these around to like click and drag if that's a thing that matters to you. But you could just like also go in and rename them if you had to and you messed up and you had to just rename and then drag the tasks around. But settings, which we'll get into and I'll show you when we set up a goal, but here is, and then you can have the category that it's under, create a label, yeah, priority, what's the deadline, no deadline, end goal, ongoing, which we'll get into, but progress, and you don't have to measure your progress, like, so if that stresses you out, you can be like, I don't want to, like, use my tasks and projects, or you're tracking your goals in a completely different way that has nothing to do with tasks and projects, then just extend that, expectations. This is where you can also go into it and say, I want to work 30 minutes per week on this goal. Right? Isn't that cool? I mean, I think that's really cool that you can go in and do that and then mark done, check-ins, and then you can enable a check-in every week. If you want to add questions about the goal or whatever it is, email defaults. But, if there's something you want to ask yourself about this goal every week, every month, every whatever, it's there. So we will set up another goal. So we'll go here. We'll say, nope. Oh, wait, no, I have that as a task. Hang on. What's like something fun I could work on? We'll say finish a screenplay. Finish a screenplay in 2021. So an end goal means it, and you'll see that here, but it has there's a numerical end attached to it. Ongoing means like it's vague, like they have the example of taking care of your mental health, being connected with friends and family, sometimes things that are intangible, right? And I think that's really cool to have both, because every single app wants you to either like have, like, and some of them aren't designed to be personal goal measurements. Like, when I set goals in Notion, it's just very cold and it's numbers. And yes, if you can write formulas, you can figure things out and have it kind of teach you these things. If you set goals in ClickUp's like KPI focused, numbers only, not like some vague ongoing goal. That's not how it works. Well, not how it works well. You can probably finagle it somehow, but I love that it has both, because so many of us have goals that are both. You want to build a better relationship, but you also want to like lose 20 pounds, right? So details, and it's up to you if it shows in the day view. Maybe you don't want to be reminded of it, every day of your life. Game changer goal. What's the priority? It's Is that the high one? No, the other one's a high one. There we go. Add create label, game changer. Cool. Oh wait. It's an end goal. And then you can pick a deadline. Let's see. March, April, May, June. So end of June, we'll say. End of June. Finish that one up. That would be great. Start. So then you start. Check the goal. Make sure it's something you really care about. Set up trackers in progress. Add actions. Set expectations. Set up check-ins. And that's how you and then you will fill out a goal committing form, which I showed you in the other one. And then you hit, sorry, right there, activate this goal. I need to figure out how to set this up perfectly in the stream. But then you hit activate this goal. And now it's live. And now it's time to work on it. But if we just go back, as you can see, how cool is that? It's just pending. So you can brain dump all of your goals. You know, so many apps want you to work on them now and only get started and only right now matters, or I mean, some will let you set a start date, all of that kind of thing. But you know, if you were just feeling like brainstorming a whole bunch of goals, you could just put them all in here and have them be pending. And then only when you're ready to activate them, you can go in, commit, set trackers, set habits, all of the things, and really officially have it on your plate. Versus just being able to brainstorm. And maybe in a month or two you'll look at that and go, I don't need this goal right now. This is not important to me. Mentioning that family texting, but yeah, I think that's a really cool feature, that sometimes things can be pending and just waiting for you to be ready to tackle it. Not everything is ready all the time. But you don't want to put it on some list far away, or you know, me with my whiteboards here of some list where it gets pushed in the back and then you forget about it and then you're oh, I forgot it. I wanted that goal. It happens. I know we always think goals are only tunnel vision. You never forget your goals. It's only so important. You think about it. You sleep it. You everything. You mantra. You affirmation it every morning. But sometimes they're passive. You just want to build a better relationship with your kids, and it's and you don't mean to, and then time goes by, and then you're oh my, it just wasn't in front of your face. So it's just a little thing that I think is really, really cool. I don't right now at the moment have any vague goals really, but I probably will as time goes on. So here's my reading goals. As you can see, I'm I think I'm at 3 out of 40, but there's my habit, reading for 30 minutes a day. It lets you know with the smiley face and the grades. I think I can turn the grade off if I want the grade off. Just sometimes that hurts. Only getting a C. I mean, that's fine. That was my high school GPA average. But, you know, and then your score over 30, 60 days ago. So you can see how you're improving and how it's getting better. So what's the trend of that? I obviously just set this up only a few days ago. So there's that. But your streak, what's your maximum streak? I usually don't read every day. I'm working on it. And then tasks, and then add a phase, all the things that you want to add. Oh, okay. Apologies. This is me. This is me being dumb. These are the little projects that I have inside the goals that end up here. I'm sorry. That's right. Forgive me. It's not Marvin. It's me learning the software. Do you see the little hearts on the right-hand side of the task? Right when I move my mouse away, the hearts, those are my goals. So as I go through here, I can start to see the projects and the tasks that I had associated with goals that I'm working on. There they are. I knew they were somewhere. Anyway, same thing as, you know, the other video I had where you can just go in here, you can click here, and you can hit schedule work session and just start working on it, which is really great. It'll pop up in your today list of just you know, worked on this project for 30 minutes, you know, because that's why I think it's good to have projects inside your goals. It kind of makes it real, or they just end up here at the top with little hearts of they're just free floating tasks. They don't really have a home to go under. But that is it. That is how you set goals in Marvin. I think it's really cool. I'm so excited to have a home for everything, especially my goals, to be able to see everything at a high level, see how many days are left, be able to prioritize accordingly. When was the last time I worked on it? And if it was a long time ago, like, do I even want this anymore? Does it matter to me? All those kinds of things. But that is pretty much it. And then I'm pretty sure if I added a project, let's say this is a tester project, I'll just delete this in a second, but you can also, along with every other feature that is possible in there, if you have most important projects set up, there it is. Sorry, I'm blind. But it's something I love. You can only pick like 3 to 5 or whatever you set most important projects. But if you have a project inside of a goal that is the most important, you can go down here to that little crown and add it to your most important projects. Or if it's a hard one, you can have Eat the Fraud. I have that enabled. That's what the little frauds are. These are priority is the strategy these are turned on, and then the crown is the most important project. And I have it set to 3 right now. So every month, I can go in and figure out what are my most important projects. And if you don't know, that little red triangle just means that I don't have a next action associated with this project, which pops up in your master list when you're working on it. Yes, I can delete happily. But I love when you mark projects also inside of goals as done. A little celebration happens if you have that enabled, which I love. It just is a really celebratory thing. I can't believe how many projects I've been knocking out just by having the software. But yeah, as you can see, it just says missing next step. That's all that is. So when you go through and you're planning for the week and you're like, oh, these projects don't have any next actionable to-dos, which also means your goals don't. That's just incredible. Anyway, that is goal setting inside of Marvin. I think it's really cool. There's so many features and you can make it very simple, just basic checklist for your goals. You don't have to measure progress or set habits or anything. Of course, that helps you hit goals faster though, but just a very, very cool basic goal tracking software options. So amazing. Anyway, that is it. Thank you for tuning in for Marvin Mondays. I will see you again soon. Okay.